Hey, Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shimei Shai, by Shimon Kakadash, double honor to the apostle, and that was a great millstone. And to my priest, my father as well as my priest, two different men, but I honor both, and to the brothers, man, sisters. Hey, Shalom. Hey, man, we'll just get right to it. Hey, man, this world was not created for a so-called, you know what I'm saying, a black man's happiness. It was not. Brothers, um, a woman doesn't complete you. Your completion comes from Yahweh birthing you from within. That completion comes from Yahweh and within. A couple of other things, man. Who's smarter between a man and a woman? By far, is a man. Why? One, who's more extinct? Who has to have the talk? And for someone to ask, hey, what talk? You know what I'm saying? You know, with men, you already know what when you say what talk, that number one on the one that what talk is going to be, you know what I'm saying, life or death. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get to mosey around. We have to be on our guard because we're an endangered species. So since we in danger, you know what I'm saying, we naturally are more smarter than women because we know day to day, you know what I'm saying, we're likely prey. You know what I'm saying? We're likely prey. So what else we have here? What else? Um, yeah, man. This world was not created for a man's happiness. Point blank, period. Um, Case in point, a man's happiness is predicated on his family, uh, how his wife feels, the appearance of his home. You know what I'm saying? So we as men, we have to basically get uncomfortable with the uncomfortable and just bottle things up and just and that toughness that we have to, that pressure that we feel, that's day to day. And you eventually find I guess peace and just knowing that. I think at the end of the day, a man's chief happiness will come through his son, and that will be for a short period of time because his son has to go and grow. Um, I think that personally, you know what I'm saying, men can't, overall, I think men can't just, tell women the truth because we have to do the explaining method of everything. And so it's best to just do what you need to do on a day-to-day basis. Um, Going back to when I said who's more smarter, the one that's more endangered, right? Who's more in danger between a black man and a black woman? The black man. Because when it comes down to it, and mothers who have sons, they know this. Some women who don't have sons, they know the black man is smart. So-called black man is smarter because when these women who would think that when they have sons, they realize they got to have the talk. With women, it's like, well, which one? You know what I'm saying? Which talk when you have a girl? Is it boy? Is it police? Is it boys? Is it monthly? With men, it's primarily that one topic. You know what I'm saying? Because how do you stay alive is that number one topic, right? How do you stay alive? So we are consistently endangered species. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. What else? What else? What else? Um, just a couple of things on my mind. I think a man's most peace is found in just doing the work. That's when you have, the most, I guess, you don't get, and we have to do the work because we don't want to get lost. We don't want to end up and it be 100 days and not doing the work. The work keeps you, it keeps you grounded, it keeps you released, it keeps you free. um I think that, you know there's just a lot of things that men can't say, point blank period. We can't say. You know what I'm saying? We can't. And I think every so-called black man knows that there are times you'll be happy and there are times you'll have moments of being happy, but that happiness is not, you know what I'm saying, predicated on you. For instance, if a man, in comparison, if a man is sick and down, oh, I have a couple of one for you. Show the difference between if someone was asked who has it harder between a black man and a black woman. When you go, there's this DNA court show that'll come on, and I got another one just hit in my mind. The first one, the brother's up there, sister like, I know it is, whatever she's saying it right. She's standing on her business, right? Come back out, the baby is not the brother's, right? So the sister, she begins to like, and next thing you know, she drops to the floor. She's shedding tears. All focus is now on her, not the brother who's who is lied to, who's standing there trying to hold it all together. But because she now rolls him down like a cinema movie and hits the ground, that consequence that the female judge was giving her, now it's all the tears just wear it down, and now it's about her. The man, guess what? He just have to, hey, you already know. This is not ain't a world of cry. Nah. Because and I because as men, we know we only have a limited time to cry. We only have a limited time to get sick. You know what I'm saying? We only have limited time versus a woman. If she gets sick, oh, you gotta care for her, you gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? That's your woman, you gotta take care of your wife. Your children gotta be there and let that man, oh shit, don't let that nigga lose a job now. Oh hell, with a you already know with sister's opportunity, go to college. You know what I'm saying? Your husband should support you, all that. Let that nigga lose. Hey, hey, you better hurry up, nigga. You gotta work. That nigga ain't shit. Don't let him be on you, girl. No, you ain't no. Hey, you can find what they say you can find a dick in a dumpster. Don't let no man. All that is geared towards the so-called black man. Another instance. There was, pray I remember it. Oh, a sister had, a brother had just found out that a daughter he thought was his for what, 9 years, did a DNA test. Come to find out, the baby wasn't his. 9 years. 9. So the baby mama pulls up at the family's house and they doing a family gathering, right? And she's with her brother, who's, you know what I'm saying, her blood brother. And she brings the daughter because she misses her dad. Now I'll do air quotes and sympathy and meaning to be an asshole towards the daughter. But look, even with that, as a man, we still have to disregard our feelings and even saying that. It's true, but just making that also apparent on the table, a visual, if you will. So the brother in there with his family, and the brother's sister is in between the door, and the brother saying, "Look, I don't want shit to do with you. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter ain't mine. Keep that shit moving." Now, and you can see that the brother is hurting. Like this is fresh. His sister is trying to tell him, "Nah, we gotta think about the baby." Man, fuck that. No, you got to think about him. But why is it that that man has to be told, who he just found out, a 9-year-old child that he's raised for 9 years is not his? Guess what you got to do, bro? You got to swallow that shit and be a man. You got to swallow that shit and be a man. Because why? It don't matter how you feel. It doesn't. It's about that child. And guess what the ex-wife get to say? Hey, I made a mistake. You know, we all make, and she did her little humble things. Hey, I made a mistake, and we all make our mistakes, so on and so on. So you made a mistake by swallowing another nigga's nut. And for 9 years, not telling your husband, hey, I swallowed another nigga's nut in my. So let's make it all, because we like to sweep things under the rug when it comes to women. You literally swallowed another nigga's nut. You literally went down. You whatever you did, you know what I'm saying? You cried later and you washed your pussy. But guess what? It wasn't sincere enough. You did some Emmett Till shit not on the highest extent far as murder and death, but you did some Emmett Till shit. The woman who set Emmett Till up, you did some unjust shit, like the oppressor, like the lying bitch Edomite. You did some shit just like her, because it's a known fact that Emmett Till did not whistle at her, as far as we know, right? And on her deathbed, she finally admitted the truth. But here's this sister. You weren't so hurt enough to not tell this man for 9 fucking years that this child is not his. 9 years. And when it do come out, you get to play false accountability, and then you got your simple ass brother in the background. Don't be talking to my sister like that. And yo, don't talk to my sister like that. Nigga, fuck you. And matter of fact, what you should be doing is in your fucking sister's face. That's why the scripture says when it comes to Miriam, that's why Yahweh said, if her father had but spit in her face, if her father had but spit in her face. Let me get that. This is a book of Numbers chapter 12, verse 14. Because this is going into when Aaron, the water Yahweh Shemashah, and Miriam was feeling themselves, and they were feeling some type of way that Moses took on a heathen woman. This book of Numbers chapter 12, verse 14. And Yahweh said unto Moses, and Yahweh by Shemashah said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, right? And that's what the brother should have did. You should have spit in your sister's face. You should have damn near had to cross your. It should have. It had to. It should at least have crossed your mind, like, oh, well, I'm gonna put my hands on my sister. Oh shit. I can't rock with you, sis. I can't. Matter of fact, look what the example that. Now let's bring in a daughter, his niece. Look what the example you done set to my niece, nigga. Everything you done taught my niece for the 9 past years has been a lie. Every whooping you gave her has been from a hypocritical, a damn liar. For 9, so my niece's foundation has built on straight lies, and she gotta go through the fact that this ain't her daddy, but she missed this man. Now, somewhere along the line, what that man probably got to do in order and to go the extra mile just to be right. What's right is truly he needs to take care of himself and leave that girl and her mama alone, and you go find your daddy respectfully. That's what's truly right. But you know what? As brothers, we have bigger hearts, but we don't get commended for it, right? We don't get commended for it. So we have to do the greater good and not taking care of ourselves and take care of this daughter, man, that is not his. And even he didn't have his own family trying to protect his mental state of mind. Because we're an endangered species. We truly are. So, the fact of the matter is, like I said, when it comes down to it, if you look at the measurement of a man, it's based on how his wife looks, how his wife is treated, da. No, it ain't based on how he's doing, how he feels. None of that. No, that don't count. It don't count. And as men, we can't even say what we want to say, because once we say these things to our wives, then we gotta go through all this explanations. And the explanation is really pretty much a setup for you to be talked down, so you won't feel the way that you feel. So as men, we just gotta do what we gotta do. And don't get and the fact is, here's what we got to say, and it's the obvious. Of course, we love our wives, but we have to say that because what are you saying, brother? We don't even have that mental. We don't even got that. We don't even get that space to for most women. Like, you know what? It's not even about me. Let me be accountable and just listen. But if we as men don't give that disclaimer, oh, we assholes. We ain't shit. Point blank. Period. Now all men ain't the same. You do got your bullshit niggas. And here's the thing, also, and that's a fact. We do got your bullshit niggas. But we ain't talking about them necessarily right now. Let's also, this world is not forgiving to a so-called black man. It's not. It's not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's not. Point blank period. It is not. And so the fact of the matter is as 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 men, this world is truly not our home. It comes to a point to where you have to be good with the pressure. And that pressure becomes, I would say, your your steady place. It becomes what you it becomes a place to where that's the place that keep you from tears and depression, because after a while, like after you cry your tears and you go in depression, there's a couple of things that happen. It's like you can get lost in that. Two, pride can develop. Three, the essence of a man is going to rise in you to do what you have to do. And I think at the end of the day, man, men only ask for a woman to play her role. But this world is unforgiving to a man overall in comparison to a woman. Code is completely different. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that men want to be women or be a woman. It's not that at all. We just have to come to grips and understand the pressure. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's why the kingdom awaits us, man, to get that crown. Um, Another reason why you can say a man is superior than a woman, better than a woman, and brothers can't even say that because politics, simping, all that is one. Who did Yahweh Shah come as? You know what I'm saying? So that's automatic. Who is the covenant given to? So Yahweh Shai came as a man, right? So, and he faced pressure. So who would naturally have the more pressure? A man would, right? Who's the covenant given to? Who's the leader? So all that, man. And who's known as the weaker vessel? Just based on the fact that a woman is named on it as a weaker vessel, she then has more room, room, if I'm saying it correctly. If I'm saying it correctly, if not, forgive me. She has more room for grace. You know what I'm saying? So this is simply, man, you know what I'm saying, just keeping it buck, keeping it real, to where, hey, this is, and to where men, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, your happiness comes from those moments. I'm not saying you're gonna have happy times, but it comes from moments. And when you don't feel it, you still got to do what you got to do and look for the kingdom, and your peace is gonna be, man, when you get that crown. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, brothers, you know what I'm saying, if sometimes we can't even cry, man, because we can't afford it, man, because it'll be crying about so much. You know what I'm saying? Um, it'll just be too much to even speak. Sometimes we can't even have the strength to even speak on what we're dealing with. We just gotta process it. Because the moment we speak on it, you know what I'm saying, is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes with it, man. That's the life that we live in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we have to, man, just appreciate the pressure and understand, man, that hey, that's just a part of it. That's just a part of it. Um, so hey man, sister, if you're listening, hey, I would take this as an enlightening message, man. You know what I'm saying? On what the day to day. And you sister that have boys, y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. Y'all already know you gotta have the talk. The talk. Back in the day, it used to be strapping up because there's a veil on our face. They gave us entertainment. We got football. It used to be clan for a while, 50, 60. You know what I'm saying? Then it started kind of in the 70s, then the crack, then it started dying down a little bit, and policies and commercials. Now it's going right back. Now it's just ramping right back up. Kill nigga kill. When women get pulled over, y'all not inherently, man, when y'all go to a job interview, get to heist that up. It's automatically, man, automatically like a deterrent, if you will. Brothers, we just gotta go to the interview and just knowing that we've been sized up. You know what I'm saying? A woman is known as a lesser threat just nature. And so since men are considered, especially black men, a threat, you know what I'm saying? Who's more smarter, who's more of an endangered species, who's more under pressure? Every day, all day. A woman knows that even with a ticket, a job interview, she stands more chance of walking out there alive than a brother would. Point blank, period, man. So, hey, man, this just, you know what I'm saying, a reality check. Brothers, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Your completion comes from the Most High within. Take care of yourself. Handle your business. And, man, pray, brothers, that you're not laboring in vain. Pray that the trials that you go through, pray that the trials you go through, brothers, is not based on you just being in sin. Pray that the trials that you go through are truly counted for that straight gate. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's it. I believe that's all. And brothers, just hold on. You know what I'm saying? And get the one counselor. Don't be around no fake niggas. But yeah, sister, that's the reality of it. That's the reality. 9 times out of 10. And I've heard some of the most positive, great brother who's all about the betterment of the mind. Heard him even say it. You know what I'm saying? That if he didn't come off, and he had serious injuries that he had to work through, but he knew that if he didn't get to a point to really keep striving for healing, as much as he take care of his household, he wasn't gonna be attractive being sick and injured. Because as men, we have a short time gap. We have a short time gap. We have a short time gap. And for also, I would say the most times a woman is endangered when it comes to this world is when she's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Especially with a Jake son. Why is it that with a Jake son especially? Because that little boy is an endangered species. And so yeah. So sis, any and all sisters that see this, watch this, you don't even have to don't even add to the pressure of your husband and asking if this true. Trust me. If he's a real nigga, if he's a real man, it is factual. It is factual. Google it. Watch it. You'll ask, it'll be plenty of times As men, we adapt with not being okay. We adapt to not. We find a hole. We adapt to the pressure. You okay? Yeah, babe, I'm good, straight. And so we have to adapt to that pressure of okay, that pressured okay. But look, man, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to belabor on this all the unnecessary explanations. Um, yeah, man, that's all I got. Um, do the work, man. Do the will of the Most High. Be consistent. Don't allow yourself, man, to drift off and not doing the work. And that's on the street and that's in your home, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to do both. You know what I'm saying? You got to do both. Got to. Yahweh commands that you go out there and teach. You got to live that life, man. And we got to raise up our children. But yeah, hope y'all, man. This world, man, is unforgiving to a so-called black man. But look, man, you got to do what you got to do. Have your character in line, right? Your character don't shift based on the narrative. You do what you got to do as a man. You keep the laws. The Most High if you doing what the Most High will show Himself in you. You know what I'm saying? The Most High will show yourself in you, right? You have a standard. You try to keep that thing. Keep bitterness away from you. Keep your heart open, your mind, and you push towards that mark, man. You push towards that mark, and amen. Uh, don't force the issue. Just be better every day and just go for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I think that for most men, the best place, probably the most place for men, best place would be single, brothers. If you take on a family, that's a real thing. That's a real thing, right? Um, that's a real thing. What else? And it's almost like a unfair, you know what I'm saying, thing that that rise up into you to want a family because, as Paul basically speaks on, you know what I'm saying, or it's true, man, to where there's less responsibility and less things you have to be concerned about as a man when you are not married. You know what I'm saying? But once the Most High put it on your spirit, man, you know what I'm saying, understand. Um and brothers, our love comes with responsibilities, man. And but look, man, that's into another conversation. Um, don't want to labor this on. You know what I'm saying? Just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shah. I pray that this lesson, this epistle, encourage somebody, man. Right? And yeah, that's it. Till next time I see you. Shalom.